there is a threat. It's very simple.
Can you be more precise in terms of numbers? What is needed actually in the eastern flank? I mean, right now we're talking about proposals that's like several thousands, but do we need?
No, you know, it's not so simple to answer this question, because people usually in media or in traditional societies, they simply want, you know, do you want 3,000 or 10,000? We want a different type of planning. We want prepositioning of ammunition. We want that finally Western industry is ready to produce what is needed also for the defense of European continent. Because look, how we will act now, from that we will defend the future of European stability and security. And these are not just the words. And in our case, in the Baltic countries, we already have a certain allied troops on our territory, but we want improved planning. We want headquarter structures. We want prepositioning of different type of equipment. So if the crisis would come, we should not wait, because it's not only a question, can military act? It's a question, can politicians make the right decisions in the right time? And I think you know what I'm talking about.
But does that mean that what's on the table right now is, from your perspective at least, not yet sufficient?
I will not answer yet to this question, because our talks did not finish.
Mr. Minister, you just talked about a Georgian war in 2008 and said that it was a mistake not to react correctly. Do you think that now it's the right time to invite Georgia or grant membership action plan?
About the not correct answers, you see, in certain parts of the Western society, there is sometimes this idea and thought that, look, if we would do something, it might escalate or provoke Russia to do whatever. And I think actually that we were really provoking Russia, if you understand what I mean, by not doing things. Because when we are not responding correctly to the invasion in Georgia, when we are not responding correctly to the invasion in Crimea, we are actually provoking Russia to act more. Because as you remember, if you have been following up, when former Russian Prime Minister Medvedev was speaking briefly before 24th of August, he told, look, dear friends, we invaded Georgia, Western societies were putting sanctions to us, and then they got a fatigue and they were crawling back and asking for life as usual. Now look to the Guardian publications yesterday, day before yesterday. People in the West are already tired. They want peace. They don't care who is guilty. They want gas, they want food, they want grain, and they don't care about justice. They don't care about values in many ways. These are hard statistics. We should stop such type of thinking. We should finally understand, if we want to stop a bully, if we want to stop an aggressor, we must also look into his eyes and tell, you will not proceed anymore because we can fight you back. This is the only answer.
Membership of Georgia and granting before this membership action plan. Do you support it?
We eventually would support such type of membership, but are you ready at this moment to join? And have you been doing also your homework? That's also a big question. So this is not only the question to the NATO alliance, this is also the question to the country which is applying. And I think at this moment, the most current issue is to get Russians out of Ukraine. And actually, next week, there are meetings of the leaders of European Union. We, in our societies, we are expecting that there would be application possibility for Ukraine to become a candidate country for European Union. That would be a real decision.
Today,
and Georgia, do you support
Kiev? Is this a significant moment, or is it just another visit to Kiev?
If these three people are bringing weapons, ammunition, and strong support for Ukrainian forces which are dying in trenches, then yes. About Georgia, I cannot answer now.
Granting candidate status,
I think at this moment, this is first question about Ukraine, because Ukraine is bleeding.
là, on va mettre en panneau, n'oublie pas la sécurité. Ça va succéder. J'espère pas. ils ont pris un demi-heure. Et puis,
Enfin, le coming out. Ça ferait la une.
mon avis, c'est clair qu'il ne sait pas lui-même ce qu'il faut.
So, Secretary Austin, dear Lloyd, welcome back to the NATO headquarters. It's always great to see you here. And let me thank you for your personal leadership, your steadfast commitment to NATO, to our transatlantic alliance, and all the contributions from the United States to our collective defense, to our shared security. Not least in leading the efforts to provide support to Ukraine to uphold their right for self-defense. Yesterday you hosted a support group, the contact group for Ukraine here at NATO, and I also very much welcome the announcement yesterday by the President of the United States to further increase the support for Ukraine because they really need our support. And yesterday at the Defense Ministerial meeting, it was a strong message from all NATO allies and partners that we are prepared for long haul. NATO allies are prepared to continue to provide substantial, unprecedented support to Ukraine. We are at this ministerial meeting of NATO defense ministers preparing for the summit later this month in Madrid. That will be a transformative summit at a pivotal time for our security. We will make important decisions on how to strengthen further our deterrence and defense in a more dangerous world. We will agree on a comprehensive package of support to Ukraine. We will agree on how to further modernize NATO by agreeing a strategic concept reflecting a new security reality. And then we will engage with partners including our Asia-Pacific partners, Japan, South Korea, Australia and New Zealand, and also with Finland and Sweden, two countries that are now applied for NATO membership. And then we will also, of course, address the need to further invest, increase defense spending, and improve burden sharing within our lines. So, Secretary Austin, thank you so much. Thank you for being a steadfast and strong supporter of our lines. Welcome.
Mr. Secretary General, Jens, thanks for convening this meeting. It's great to be back in Brussels. I think this ministerial will lay the foundation for a successful summit later in the month. So I look forward to some great discussions with our colleagues in the meetings that are coming up. Thanks again for your leadership. You've always emphasized that this alliance is built on core values, and our core values are always on display whenever we do anything, whenever we're together, and I think that's always noticeable and important. Certainly, as we see countries like Finland and Sweden make an historic decision to apply for NATO membership, that's very encouraging. We welcome that. These are strong democracies who have values that are very much aligned with our values, and very capable countries. And so we hope that things will continue to move forward in support of their desires to join NATO. Jens, I look forward to a great discussion. And let me end by saying the way I started by saying thanks so much for your strong leadership, and thanks for agreeing to stay with us a bit longer to help us work through some very complex issues in these difficult times. So, thank you.